Hi everyone, I'm here very excited with Dr. Lipman, and I'm going to actually try something that is called Superhuman. And I'm going to let Doctor explain it, how it goes and how it is.
Well, sure. So it's my pleasure. So the Superhuman protocol, and I'll address you guys out there, is 3 steps. The first step is what we call PEMF, or a pulsed electromagnetic field. The pulsed electromagnetic field is going to help the electromagnetic charges of our bodies become optimized for the physiological optimization of carrying oxygen, which is in step 2. So again, pulsed electromagnetic field is getting the polarity, the plus and minus charges, to optimize red blood cells' ability to carry oxygen. So step 2, which is the EWAT, or the exercise with oxygen therapy, you're going to be exercising on a Bowflex stepper. It could be a bike or anything else, but you're trying to get your heart rate up. The difference is that you're actually breathing in 98% oxygen purity instead of the normal 20-21% that we breathe in. So what's happening when you get your heart rate up, when you sprint, you're drawing in so much more concentrated oxygen into your tissue, so you're flooding your tissue with oxygen. And then step 3, you go into the red light bed. So the red light bed is going to drive that oxygen into the cell to optimize energy. So for many people, it's going to take them up about 16 times more energy production in every cell in their body, and it's pretty significant. So you ready to get superhuman?
I'm ready to get superhuman, and actually I want to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
How did you come up with this idea of the superhuman? Because you have a lot of technology around, and you have this spectacular machine in here.
Yeah, so I wish it was my idea. It's not. Da Vinci Medical, which is owned by Jason Thibault, he's the CEO, he came up with this 3-step process by using these 3 separate modalities. On a particular day, he put the 3 of them together and found that his energy and his endurance and performance had just gone through the roof. And he realized, because of how one step built on the other, that he was able to get this high level of energy and performance and recovery. So he coined the term Superhuman Protocol, which is what we've had here for about 3.5 years. I've been doing it for about that much time, and I have to tell you, at 64 years old, I have as much energy and stamina that I did in my 30s. So very, very profound, and I'm looking forward for you to try it and see that same effect I'm getting.
So what am I expecting to feel in here? How do you feel after you go? How do you feel during? How's the experience in there? Because I want to compare of what you're telling me.
Yeah, sure. So with the pulsed electromagnetic field, most people don't really feel anything. You might just feel relaxed. You're on an anti-gravity lounge chair, so you're going to be sort of relaxing on that, but all that electromagnetic energy is going to be going through you, and again, prepping you to be able to carry oxygen and to deliver that oxygen into the cells. Where you really start to see something is when you're exercising. So if you've ever done sprints before, typically when you sprint, your first few are your best, and then you start to lose gas.
Yes,
absolutely. Well, it's the opposite, because now you're flooding your tissue with more oxygen than you would typically be recovering with. So each sprint gets better and better and better. So your last sprint is actually your best sprint. And the thing that you also notice is that how quickly you're going to recover, especially the lactic acid feeling in your legs from sprinting. That's going to start to recover faster and faster and faster. So you'll see from the first sprint you do and subsequent sprints that it's going to be getting easier. You're going to go more intensely, and then when you're finished, you won't even feel like you just pushed it all out, because you're going to be so recovered so quickly. And then the red light bed is kind of relaxing and energizing at the same time. So when you come out, you're going to feel like a better mood, a heightened sense of awareness, mental clarity, and definitely more energy, because that oxygen's going to work in your cells.
Amazing. I can't wait to feel that, and I'll be letting you know.
Yeah, she's getting superhuman.
Yay!
So you're going to go on PEMF now. Now your body's going to be prepped to carry oxygen to deliver it to the cells and get any bad EMFs from all the bad device stuff around us out of you too. So
what is special about this?
So it's doing what the earth normally does for us, but now that we live on these concrete slabs and we wear rubber soles, we're not getting that. And all this electricity around us and our wireless networks and our Bluetooth and all these devices have these high frequency electromagnetic fields. The earth is low frequency, and so are we. But these are high frequency, and they interrupt our normal pulses, so they shrink our red blood cells and cause them to clump together, and they don't carry oxygen well that way. So right now, all your red blood cells are starting to step away from each other, because they're all becoming negatively charged. And when you put 2 negative ends of a magnet together, it repels it. So that's what's happening. And they're also getting individually bigger, so they can carry much more oxygen with all that surface area. So that's what's happening now. So when you do the exercise and you're breathing this in, you're going to be getting, 98% oxygen purity instead of only 20 or 21%. So when you do sprints, and your heart rate gets up, you're going to be drawing all that oxygen in. And so now that you're going to be set to carry it in an optimal way, you're going to be able to get so much in there, and then you drive it, in the red light therapy.
Amazing. Like I'm always on the go, and like right now I'm starting to feel like so comfortable and so relaxed. So
So you'll get a relaxed effect here too, because it's just getting your physiology to be normalized again. Because a lot of the EMFs cause like anxiety kind of feelings and those kinds of things, because it's just totally messing with our physiology. So right now your body's getting into a much more sound physiological state.
yeah, and I feel I'm in the perfect posture as well right now.
Yeah. The angle is also helpful. Your recovery's better. Yeah. Can you feel that? Yeah. Going down quickly. Yeah. See, that's what happens, because this return of all this high concentration of oxygen, 5 times more than you normally be getting, plus you already went on that first, so your body's carrying it better.
Okay, so I just finished the superhuman, and now I'm about to go into the red light. Like honestly, right now I'm feeling like super energized. I feel super good, and I feel like I could keep going more. So let's see how I'm gonna feel after this one. Actually, right now, I finished the whole treatment. It was amazing, like the experience. First, I was super relaxed and I was just like wondering what came after. But once I stepped in the machine, like he's absolutely right what I was supposed to expect. So I felt so energized. I felt I wanted more. And the most important thing is that I was sore when I came in here. So the first steps when I was trying, I felt my legs like heavy. And then like the second time that we tried, it was just like, I felt like I could keep on going and keep on doing more. And then like the third step, which is in the red light, I just like chilled out and I'm out of here and I just feel like a new person. I'm ready to do a whole workout right now.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, so what I've learned is because of the amount of oxygen concentration that we're taking in through this process that we don't typically, you mentioned how your legs were sore and felt heavy in the beginning. So that lactic acid buildup is very quickly dispersed with the oxygen, because oxygen turns lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water. And because of the amount and the ability to carry it so well with the PEMF first, those lactic acid molecules are getting dispersed into CO2 and water. That's why they drained out quickly. And even though you were pushing harder, it actually felt better, because that recovery of breaking up that lactic acid happens at such a higher level than we're used to. So anyway, that's one of the things that you'll notice with the first time of doing Superhuman, is that feeling of fatigue and burn and heaviness dissipates very quickly. And you also notice too that each time you sprinted, you were able to like get to a higher level, right?
Absolutely. Like it makes honor to its name. It's superhuman, because I felt I could go stronger, I could go harder, and my body said, okay, let's go and let's kick it out. So it was amazing. It makes honor to its name totally.
Yeah, so I'd love to see one day if you do this and then go have a workout, then you'll be able to really take it out for a spin, so to speak, and see what you're normally doing weight-wise, recovery-wise, how long it takes between sets compared to doing it after you've done something like this.
Yeah, no, definitely. I cannot wait to try it again and go straight to my workout, because right now, like if I had like right now the chance, I'd go and just kick my workout right now. I don't need food, water, nothing. I feel just fine right now.
Yeah, sometimes just oxygen is all you need.
Yeah.
So Superhuman doesn't give us anything we're not capable of, but nobody's walking around like this unless we do the Superhuman protocol.
You all have to come and try it.